Hi everybody, this is BlueKirby. Yeah, I know I've been sick for a good while, even though you kinda can sound or kind of sound it or hear me. But today for a video, I'm gonna be doing something completely different, and I never thought I'd be doing this. Today I've been doing a Jujutsu Kaisen fan game. And and for anyone who knows me, I like Jujutsu Kaisen. But honestly, I didn't expect one to be with Gojo, apparently. So, and it's called Teacher's Pet. And I'm going to be at least playing some of it. And then part 2 will probably come out at some point. So, hopefully, you guys can, see what this game is about. So, hopefully, we'll get straight into it. And I'm not either. Oh, I always forget you. They always do this. Okay. I'll do this one. And I'll move my little cursor. Teacher Yaga. Or should I say, Principal Yaga. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? Congratulations on the promotion, by the way. Masamitsu Yaga stepped into your clan's traditional house, his opposing figure casting long shadows on the tatami mats. His moves with the purposeful stride of someone accustomed to command. Well, to be honest, this would have been if I was considering the timing of this fan game. Like, for those who do know Jujutsu Kaisen, it would have been after Geto defected, and this is when Yaga became principal of the school. It is just Gojo and Shoko. Like, if I were to put it in the fan game, or I put this fan game in the timeline, or like an imaginary timeline in my head. His eyes scanning the room with a mix of curiosity and respect. Thank you. Congratulations on being made head of the clan. Oops. I almost like screwed up. You nod and motion to the seat in front of you. He joins you on the long wooden table. His posture stiffens. One of your attendants begins to pour tea. The fragment... What? The fragment steam curling into the air. The others stand by in a corner, ready for your orders. You're a different person to wait. You're a difficult person to find now. Good. Alright, I don't want to be dying before I meet Gojo. You take a sip of your tea while Yaga's eyes warns you. I'll just think I'm having milk tea. Or some boba tea or something. A tense silence stretches. He then takes a deep breath. I want you to mentor Gojo Satoru. Wait, you want me to mentor him? Your hand stops midair. The room feels silent again as the attendant's eyes widen, darting nervously between you and the principal. You wave a hand dismissively. Leave us. The attendants bow deeply before scurrying out of the room. You turn your gaze back to the principal. Your expression hardens. He put his hands up. Jesus. Before you refuse, please hear me out. I've told you before, I am not going back. The curses are getting stronger. I cannot talk as Principal Yaga, so I can't talk as deep as freaking Kate Silverstein over there. The fifth-year teacher responsible for curse techniques training was killed last Friday during a mission. I wonder what kind of mission that was. The principal's face remained impassive as he delivered the news. That's what you had always hated about the Jujutsu world. They're all desensitized to death. You incline your heads, slightly acknowledging the loss. My condolences, but as the head of this clan, I also have my responsibilities here. Find someone else. There is no one else. You're the only one that can teach him what he needs. He's too powerful. None of us can help him improve. You sigh. It would be a lie to say you aren't curious about the strongest sorcerer of this generation. You heard the story about him, his incredible feats and unparalleled power, and how fucking cocky the man is. But as impressive as they are, they're not enough to make you leave the life you're built for. Or you're built from. And how would that benefit me? The school would pay you well. Yeah, as if I'm not trying to sway my way into the school first. I have enough money. You simply must to be left in peace. Focus on the clan's growth. Train your people. Attend to the garden. What garden? It looks like a blinding light over there. Your hands are already full with managing the daily affairs and evading the persistent advances of the Zenin clan. Oh yeah. Yeah, the Zenin clan are like so persistent, but I think they're just also still a bunch of assholes. As if you're reading your mind, the principal continues. The Zenin clan have been bothering you again, hasn't it? You know they won't stop. They want that Chen Shadow's technique to stay within their ranks. Well, too bad. Too bad it's mine. Too bad it's mine now. The Gojo clan said they offer their support if you accept. Yeah, what? Like, of what remaining clan is there? Aside from Gojo. Come on. That piqued your interest. The mighty Gojo clan never wants anything to do with less powerful families like yours. Having a good relationship with one of the big three would be very beneficial to your people. Also, for those people who don't know who the big three is in Jujutsu Kaisen, it is the Kamo clan, the Gojo clan, and the Zenin clan. But the Zenin clan are a bunch of assholes. Except for Maki and Megami. Probably Doji a little bit, too. They might be dead. They must be desperate. They want Gojo to be the best he can be. The higher-ups as well. Well, the higher-ups can fuck off. The higher-ups can fuck off. All they want with Gojo is to become a weapon. You chuckle as you sip your tea. My milk tea. So that he can be a better weapon for them. And you? What's your interest in all this? You seem taken aback by the question. His large hands cradling the teacup gently. He ain't a Sonic character. How big are his hands? I just want him to find his way. Well, that way is gonna go very wrong very quickly. And why do you think I'm the right person for that? I left the Jujutsu world. I'm not a traditionalist. And my teaching methods are far from orthodox. I wouldn't be the best influence. Sure, I wouldn't. I'm too dumb for this. Perhaps. But I'm willing to take the risk. You're willing to take a risk on asking me, to, you know, train the strongest sorcerer of the modern era and see how that works. There's no way. Wait. So I just, I just go to the school anyway? Oh, and oh, fuck me. I'm already switching the Gojos. Oh, Lord. God help me, please. I'm already, do I regret my decision now? With, I don't know if I can do his voice, though. Gojo looks around the empty room. It's only him and Shoko left. His gaze stops at the place where Suguru used to sit. It has been 3 years now since His chest tightens for a moment, but he pushes the emotion away, burying it deep within, alongside so many others. It's almost second nature now, this numbing of feelings. He leans back at the chair, balancing effortlessly on the two back legs, and lets out a moan. Ugh, she's taking forever. Wait, do you know who the new teacher is? Gojo had heard rumors, especially about how Principal Yaga went far away to recruit her on the higher-up's behalf. Not really. Probably for someone weak. I wouldn't learn anything new anyway. The new teacher will probably try and control him like all the others. He'll just ignore and train by himself. Suddenly, the hairs on the back of his neck raise. He straightens. The legs... Wait, the chair legs... Sorry, I'm staring at Gojo. I don't think I... Staring at Gojo is like the biggest weakness now. I'm staring at Gojo, God help me. Thudding to the ground. His senses sharpened as a massive amount of cursed energy approaches. He exchanges a glance with Shoko, who looks surprised, but not nearly as alarmed as he is. Of course, she wouldn't be. First, because she's Shoko. And second, only his sixth eyes can sense the magnitude of the approaching cursed energy. It's almost on his level. Like, wait, so like, since I have something like of the 10 shadows, so I train to be just as powerful as Gojo. Or the reader would be just as powerful as Gojo. Bruh, I would have noticed if, like, this would have been what Megami would have had if he trained way more to be especially up to a special grade level like Gojo was. Or, well, yeah, is. The door slides open with a gentle thud, and a woman steps into the room. Gojo's heart skips a beat as the room seems to vibrate with her presence. She's younger than he had pictured their new teacher. Good morning, class. Her voice is calm and assertive, but with a slight sharpness hinting a suppressed tension. Gojo barely catches her name while she introduces herself, his senses overwhelmed by the powerful aura she carries. I'll be your teacher this year. Nice to meet you. If she possesses such significant cursed energy, perhaps this year wouldn't be so bad. Gojo quickly reels himself in, suppressing the flickering of hope that starts to swell in his chest and pushes it down. Emotions are dangerous enough. Emotions concerning someone else is even worse. Love is a curse. That's what you said, Gojo. That's what you said. Principal Yaga had briefed me on your curse techniques and energy levels. However, I'd like to see it myself so I can have a better understanding of how I can help you in your final year. Let's go to the training grounds. Follow me. He lets her go walk ahead with the new teacher, deliberately trailing behind. At least, she hasn't immediately tried to cozy up to him under the guise of familiarity, aiming to manipulate him later. A tactic far too many have attempted over his years at Jujutsu High. Maybe he shakes his head, emptying his mind before he can even form another thought. I don't know about that, bro. Bro, you are just invading my mind as much as yours. Your eyes peruse the trading grounds. It hasn't been long since we were here. You were here on your own training. Yet it feels like a lifetime ago. You can't afford to get too lost in memories now. You need to focus. Being overly formal isn't your strong suit. Good, because I'm too stupid for that formal bullshit. But it's expected of a teacher at Jujutsu High. Hell no, not me. Not me. Yaga mentioned that the higher-ups agreed to have you here. But you need to maintain at least a semblance of formality to avoid trouble and keep the school's reputation intact. Too bad. You're not me. Those old farts. If it wasn't for the deal with the Gojo family, you wouldn't even be here. Gojo leans in, invading your personal oh, for fuck's sakes, Gojo. Damn it. Gojo. Invading your personal space. You can clearly see his blue eyes behind his dark glasses from this close, even though if you... Like, I think it's an actual fact is if you try wearing Gojo's glasses, you will just see nothing but pitch black. I don't understand how he can see out of them, but it's like pitch black. Like, it's like you're like blind. But Gojo ain't blind. I don't know why he needs to wear them, but I'm probably thinking because he doesn't want to wear himself out and have a giant massive headache. So... It's just like there are small galaxies swirling inside them. Are you a special grade sorcerer? What's your curse technique? From this proximity, his curse energy feels almost overpowering. I don't know about that. Yet, instead of stepping back, you lean in closer. Catching the slight widening of his eyes in surprise as your energies collide and press against each other. For the love of Christ, me. I'll show you in a second. You step back and make a signal with your hands. Domain expansion. Veil of shadows. Gojo and Shoko's eyes widen as shadows expand from your feet, enveloping everything around you in a large black dome. Relax. This is a non-lethal domain. Kagehane. A giant peacock materializes from your shadow, its magnificent form shimmering into existence. It's as it unfurls its iridescent back feathers, lovely. The shadows around you shimmer and dissolve, transforming the dome into a vast expanse of training ground. The vibrant colors of the peacock's feathers reflect in your student's eyes, signaling that the Shikigami's power is now in effect. You have the Ten Shadows technique. Are you a Zenin? The mention of that certainly makes you want to spit on the ground. Let's be honest, yeah, I want you to kick at least one of the higher-ups in the face for it. No, my mom left the clan before having me. Before you can ask any more personal questions, you motion to the peacock by your side. This is Kagehane. It imposes an illusion on my domain. Whatever happens here will not happen in real life, but you will feel everything as if it were real. So, you can use as much of your power as you like. The outside world won't be affected. Even if you destroy my Shikigami, kill me, or get killed in this state, we won't die. But you'll improve mentally and develop muscle memory as a result. Gojo's eyes sparkle with excitement. It's the perfect training ground. You nod with a smile. Exactly. Now, I'm going to separate you into two groups. Ieri, Principal Yaga told me your specialty is healing with a reverse curse technique. So I'll test you how much you can do and how fast. Please follow my clone. I can assure you she's just as competent as me. Shut up. Wait. I was thinking the domain. Alright. Shoko blinks as another you appears by her side from her shadow, smiling. She follows your clone to another part of the domain. Where am I taking Shoko? Where's my clone taking Shoko? What about me? Wait, I should have been, what about me? Gojo's voice carries an edge of impatience, as though irritated he is in the center of attention. Alright. You can't quite tell if he's joking. I can honestly tell if he was joking. Regardless, it's somewhat hard to reconcile that this 20-year-old who could easily pass for a fashion model, and to be honest, yeah, like, look at him, is disputed to be the strongest sorcerer of his generation. Well, to be honest, we all know what happened. As for you, Gojo, I want you to show me everything you've got. You do know I'm the strongest, right? Can your domain handle it? Ah, there it is. The arrogance you've heard so much about. Why don't you try me? You focus, and your other Shishigamis rise from the ground, taking form with the fluid grace. With the illusion already in effect, there's no need for hand signs. Some of these Shikigami are unique amalgamations, the result of merges with others you lost during perilous missions at Jujutsu Kaisen and in your brief career as a sorcerer. Gojo's eyes fixed on a large white dog by her side, the result of one of those merges. Wait, so, like, okay, so if it's a large white dog, so it would have been like a Shiro version of Divine Dog Totality, almost, but it's the white version. Like, what if, like, what if, Megami's dog, Kuro, his black dog gets killed in the detention center and not the white one? Then it wouldn't merge with that one to become Divine Dog Totality, but it's the white version? That'd be so crazy. Where's the other dog? You guys saw it too, right? Your eyebrows raised in surprise. He knows his stuff. The black one was killed accidentally by the Zenin clan when they tried to kidnap me as a child. They didn't try again. Oh. Enough talking. Let's start. You send all your Shikigami on him at once. Seamlessly, You create a clone of yourself while you slip into the shadows with Kagehane. You emerge from the tip of a cliff. How the do I do that? Okay. And analyze Gojo's movements as he fights. The Shishigami can't hit him due to his affinity, and Gojo dismantles them one by one. As you imagine, he already had a formidable strength, but he's still holding back. He's not feeling threatened enough to go all out. You'll have to shake things up. In a real fight, you will need a cursed tool or a Shikigami that can disrupt his affinity, but you're in your domain. And here, whatever you say is law. You appear right behind Gojo and whisper, "You're still holding back." When he turns around, you slip into the shadow and reappear in front of him. Your clone dissolves into the ground while the Shikigami, all back again, circle you both, waiting for your command. Gojo shrugs, a smug smile on his lips. "What can I say? I'm a gentleman at heart. I can't bear to hurt you, even in illusion." You hum thoughtfully, complimenting his smug demeanor. This is a game to him. He probably believes there's nothing you can teach him. I've lost count of how many times I've died in this domain while training. It's not a pleasant experience. Gojo narrows his eyes at the low tone of your voice, his gaze sharpening as he watches you intensely. "So I suggest you use your full power if you don't want to experience it firsthand." His laugh rings out, full of conceit arrogance. "And you and your Shikigami can't even touch me, teacher." Can I... Wait, I'm like almost confusing my voices now. Holy shit. "Can I try?" "Sure." He raises his hand. You try not to smile as you walk forward. You can feel your proper and professional teacher facade slipping. Good, it was already slipping by the time I made this domain. So... You and Kagehane are connected by your mind, so you only have to think a request for it to reshape the illusion in any way you want. You reach out and intertwine your fingers with his. His eyes widen as your skins brush against each other. "What? You don't have infinity anymore." You don't have infinity anymore. He tries to pull his hand back, but you hold tightly, sinking your nails into his skin and smile wide. The white dog appears behind him and tears a deep gash through his torso, likely hitting some vital organs. He chokes and jumps back, clutching his side. He glares at you, his expression shifting through surprise, confusion, anger, and even a bit of awe. You watch as his blood drips to the ground. Now, heal yourself with the reverse curse technique. Gojo grits his teeth. "You cheated." "Maybe, but you'll learn from it and be able to use his ability better when you really need it." He groans in pain, still not obeying. You sigh. Seems like he doesn't like following orders. If he refuses to improve due to his ego, his whole mentorship will have been a disaster. Look, I know you probably think no one can teach you anything because you're the strongest. Now, do you want to be right, or do you want to improve? It doesn't matter to me anyway. The choice is yours. He stares at you for a long moment before his lips twitch into a pained smile. His eyebrows furrow as he focuses. Bit by bit, his body regenerates. It's slow, but it's progress. You smile widely when he finally completes it. You feel the same sense of pride when you get when the people of your clan master a new ability you taught them. Gojo's breathing hard, his face flushed, as if he's about to puke. Good job. Your Shikigami beginning to close the circle around him. Now, let's start again. You can have your infinity back, but I'll turn it off randomly or disrupt it, so you better pay attention. He chuckles and takes off his glasses. His eyes shine, and for a brief second, it feels like time stopped. Bring it on, teacher. The fight begins anew. Gojo now has to use his abilities to the fullest, and you're in awe of how much power he actually wields. Your movements are a blur as you dodge, parry, and strike. Shadows twist and writhe around you, your Shikigami moving with deadly precision. Gojo retaliates with his curse technique, turning the training ground into a chaotic dance of light and shadow, each of you pushing the other to new heights. Is that all you've got? Fine, you asked for it. He speaks in incantation, and suddenly a blinding purple light floods the area. Oh boy, you're using hollow purple on me, Annie. Your body tingles with a surge of energy, and you barely dodge the attack. Well, surprise! How the... like, whoa, okay? The ground where you stood moments before is scorned and cracked. Your skin is red and burned. You laugh, exhilarated as you heal yourself. That's more like it. The battle rages on, leaving you both breathless. Despite the exhaustion, you find yourself grinning. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice Gojo's grin as well. The challenge is clearly bringing him as much joy as it is to you. If the higher above saw this interaction, they'd probably chastise you for not behaving like a proper teacher. Hell no, fuck the higher ups. Screw them. But you couldn't care less. They knew exactly what they were getting when they brought you on board. It had been ages since you had a fight with this this exhilarating. This job might actually be fun. Phew. Oh, now we're going to Gojo's again. The Peacock Shikigami makes a sound, causing the teacher to stop in her tracks. Gojo nearly crashes into her with full force. Class is over. She almost sounds disappointed. She recognizes a similar twig of disappointment surely within himself. The domain dissipates, melting back to the shadows from whence it came. The late afternoon sun spills over him, making him squint against the sun and brightness. Hours had slipped by unnoticed. Shoko remains in the same spot where the teacher first cast the domain. She looked around, her hand stretched as if she was healing someone. That's trippy. Gojo puts his glasses back, his gaze distant. He feels strange. An unusual warmth courses through his entire body. What is this sensation? It's almost remnant of the euphoric high he experienced when he fought Toji Zuni and truly understood how cursed energy works. But there's something else. How did you do this for so long? Like I said, this is a non-lethal domain. It costs a little cursed energy. Thank you for your hard work today. I look forward to working with you on this year. Let's do our best. She does a slight bow, her demeanor returning to a more formal tone. Gojo bows back automatically, but his mind is a whirlwind of emotions. His thoughts race from memories of Suguru to Riko to all the others they lost. The haunting sense of isolation bears down on him. What did she do to him? All the emotions he usually keeps buried are bubbling to the surface, clawing to break free. And one of them is starting to become more prominent now. The more he looks at her, it makes his body heat up to the point of boiling. Do you have any questions? Shoko shakes her head. Gojo remains impassive, his eyes glued to the teacher. Like a broken cassette, his mind keeps replaying the same exact moment when her hand brushed against his. When was the last time someone touched him like that? And why did it seem so important now? Gojo, you okay? He flinches at her words, snapping back to reality. Yeah, cool. Totally cool. Alright. I'll see you tomorrow then. Gojo stares as she walks away. Thankfully, he's wearing dark glasses. Ones that can somehow, if you're wearing them normally, usually pitch black, so no one can see where his eyes are lingering. He licks his dry lips. Staying in her domain for so long messed him up. That had to be it. You might want to go somewhere and take care of that. He looked at her. She points to his pants while grabbing a cigarette. It's pretty obvious. I don't know how the teacher didn't see it. Gojo quickly put his hands over his pants, feeling a rush of embarrassment and annoyance. Why are you looking there, you pervert? You were acting weird, so I searched your body for anything amiss and saw it. She takes a drag from her cigarette and smiles as she exhales, the smoke curling in the air. You're lucky the teacher didn't see it. That thing's been waving hello for a while. It's a physical reaction. I'm not into her. She chuckles, clearly amused. If you say so. He rolls his eyes. It is just a physical reaction, likely from all the energy he expanded. It won't happen again. It's not like this experience will completely change his mental and emotional state or anything. Okay. He glances at the new teacher again. Not at all. You're still staring. I am not. You storm towards the training grounds, your mood darkening with each step. You have just been chastised by the higher-ups for being overly familiar with Gojo and Yeti. I don't care. Fuck you, higher-ups. It seems someone must have reported your casual demeanor. Damn snitches. Barely awakened to your teaching room, trouble has already found you. Fantastic. This is exactly why I left. Wait. This is exactly why I left. Those old fuckers and their arcanic rules. You ate them too? His voice halts you in your tracks. You turn to find Gojo casually leaning against the wall, a presence you haven't noticed before. And how do you manage to hear what you muttered under your breath? It's alright. I won't tell. His face is slightly flushed, perhaps a lingering effects of today's rigorous training. Ever since that first class, Gojo had kept his distance, disappearing immediately after sessions to who knows where. While you would like to discuss his daily performance as you do with Yeti, you respect his need for space. Your primary goal is to enhance his skill, and despite his aloofness, he's been improving. I have an idea for training. He pauses, eyeing you as if it's reading your willingness to listen. You offer him an encouraging smile. I'm all ears. A physical change washes over him. His demeanor lightens, and a playful grin spreads across his face. And you're not from here, right? I found a new candy shop recently. They have a lot of different candies, traditional ones too. His ongoing ramble, like a dam unleashed, brings a shift in the atmosphere. There's a subtle change in your mentor-student relationship. Ironically, something that might just make you appreciate the higher-ups. Just a little bit. So, when you want to teleport long distances, it's the same principle of moving. You should feel your cursed energy at the top of your stomach, pulling you apart. Gojo stares at you for a long moment. Huh? You stifle a sigh, having explained this 3 times already. Gojo's been unusually absent-minded lately, and you can't help but wonder if the number of missions he's been undertaking is taking a toll on him. He pokes at his stomach, his expression puzzled. Where? I don't get it. You walk up to him, and he instinctively straightens, pushing his shoulders up and standing taller. Can I? Yes? You touch his stomach gently, feeling the warmth of his skin underneath your fingers. Right here. Right here. He stares at you. His gaze, intense and unwavering. You tilt your head, meeting his eyes. Do you understand now? Gojo's voice is breathy when he answers. Yeah. Good. Try again. You leave him and make your way over to check on Shoko. A few more weeks have passed since you started your teaching the two. The Gojo clan had upheld your promise, providing support to your clan while you're away and ensuring the Zenin clan doesn't attempt any tricks. You should have already been devising business strategies to present to them, but to your surprise, your role as a teacher has consumed most of your time. Initially, you thought coming back to the Jujutsu world would be a pain in the ass, but Gojo and Yeti had proven to be exceptional students. You find yourself enjoying the challenges of devising various training sessions for them, the thrills of watching them improve day by day. How are you doing, Yeti? You asked, watching as she wipes a hand over her sweaty forehead. A wounded person lies in front of her. Even though you know they're not real, you try not to look at them too much. The illusion is too unsettling. I'm fine, teacher. You don't need to worry about me. Your puppy needs your attention. You grimace at your teasing tone. She isn't the only one who observed the recent bomb between you and Gojo. In the teacher's office, some staff have approached you to ask how you managed to make Gojo such a teacher's pet. But you haven't done anything special. You treat him the same as you do the students in your clan. All you know is that something changed after you were scolded by the higher-ups. Perhaps Gojo sense of kingship with you, recognizing a sense shared disdain for the higher-up scrutiny. Since then, he started to really reach out. He still vanishes after class, but now he returns to bombard you with questions, proposing new training ideas, or to just chat. Sometimes it seems he doesn't even realize what he's doing. He just shows up and starts talking, unable to stop himself. As his mentor, you listen, and occasionally you join in, both of you venting about the Jujutsu world's absurd, outdated traditions. He's not my puppy. A kitten, then? Teacher, I did it! Gojo's voice cuts through your thoughts as he runs towards you, his face alight with excitement. If you had a tail, it'd definitely be wagging right now. Shoko gives you a knowing look, one of our rays in amusement. She wins this time. Can I show you? Go ahead. Before you can react, Gojo wraps an arm around your waist. You stiffen in surprise, not expecting this level of physical contact. He teleports and you cling to him as a reflex, your arms instinctively wrapping around his torso. The sensation of teleportation is strange, disorienting. You blink and look around, finding yourself on the other side of the domain. He actually did it. Then he does it again, and again. Jesus, Gojo, calm down, bro. Each time you find yourself clinging tighter as your vision swirls. He finally stops at the top of a cliff. See? I nailed it! Tell me I'm not the greatest student you've ever had. He turns to you, a triumphant smile lighting up his flushed face from the exertion. You blink slowly, adjusting to the sudden stillness. I think your voice trails off as you realize how close your face is to yours. For a fleeting moment, time seemed to stand still. You become intensely aware of the firmness of his muscles underneath his... Oh, for fuck's sakes. His uniform, the warmth from his body seeping through the fabric. Jesus, please. And enveloping you in his embrace. Even during all of your training together, you had never had this much skin contact with him. Jesus fucking Christ, he's my weakness. Please stop. His expression changes as he seems to realize this as well. A faint blush appears in his cheeks. You clear your throat and you step away from him. Congratulations, Gojo. You're progressing super fast. I'm proud. Of course. Who would you take me for? You roll your eyes. A smile tugging at your lips. Even his arrogance has a certain charm that's starting to grow on you. He scratches the back of his neck, a rare, shy grin spreading across his face. But, thanks. It's all because of you, teacher. It didn't take me longer to master this by myself. Your face heats up, and you can sense a tangible shift in the environment, the atmosphere. Jesus, mine's too. This time, there's a new tension, an almost palpable electricity that thumbs through the air. It's as if you're seeing Gojo in high definition for the first time. Suddenly, high aware of his presence in a way you haven't been before. You don't know what to do with this new perception you have of him, so you blurt out the first thing that comes to mind. I bet I can get to Area back first. Oh, fuck me. Gojo's grin returns, mischievous and challenging. You're on. Hope you're ready to lose. Calling upon a Kagehane, you create a series of obstacles in front of him. With a playful salute, you slip into the darkness. See you. Hey, no fair. Where's the referee when you need one? Inside the comforting darkness, you play the hand over your heart, feeling it pound rapidly against your chest. Fuck. Man, me too. Me too. Summer arrives. The air is thick and with humidity, and the cicadas sing with their relentless showers from the trees. The oppressive heat creates a shimmering haze that distorts the distant horizon. Yeti had different classes today to prepare for med school. Wait, she goes to med school too on top of being a sorcerer? I'm so confused. Leaving only you and Gojo for today's training. Fuck me. You stop by a venting machine, seeking refuge from relenting heat. Gojo waits nearby, tugging at his uniform. How is he not fucking sweating in this thing? Sweat glistening on his skin and making his white hair stick to the nape of his neck. For once, he didn't vanish right after class. You pry your gaze away, focusing on the selection of drinks. Ever since the day he mastered teleportation, you found yourself increasingly aware of him. You always knew he was handsome, but now everything he does seemed to hide his attractiveness, drawing your eyes to him almost magnetically. Haha, he's like, one of my weaknesses, please stop. It's always worse after training. It's as if the energy you abandoned awakened a primal hunger within you. A burning desire that thumbs your veins, making you acutely aware of every moment, every glance. It's a craving that wants him, almost needs him, with an intensity that's almost impossible to hide. You can, you select a can of melon soda, which I want to have, please, and hand it to him. Just one? How stingy. I worked hard today. You flicked his forehead playfully, your fingers connecting with his skin. Most of the time you're not training, he allows you to pass through his affinity. Be grateful, you brat. Thank you, my favorite awesome gorgeous sensei. He bats his eyelashes at you, making you grin wide. That's better. You're about to open your can when Gojo stops you. Let me. Wait. He opens the can using his powers, and the liquid bursts forth. Instinctively, you shut your eyes, bracing for the splash. But nothing happened. You cautiously open your eyes to find the liquid dripping down an invisible barrier, encircling not just you, but both of you. The liquid then reverses, flowing neatly back into the can. What? Gojo hands the can back to you with a triumphant grin. Don't worry, teacher. Nothing will get to you while I'm around. You let a relieved breath and shake your head. A smile still lingers on your lips. So it always does when you're near him. Show off. Thanks, Gojo. He leans in closer to whisper, sending a flurry through your stomach. You should call me Satoru, sensei. We're already close enough, don't you think? You let a small chuckle, the tension mingling with amusement. The higher-ups would have had my head if they heard that. You know their rules. Technically, I shouldn't even be here sharing this moment with you. They don't need to know. And risk my job? Do you really want that on your conscience? He leans back and huffs dramatically, but doesn't press the matter. Honestly, calling him by his first name might make things a bit too cozy and cross some lines. That could definitely get you fired, and you're not even sure how Gojo would take it. He probably just sees you as a teacher, nothing more. And given his attractiveness and the way people see him to be drawn to him, it's difficult to picture him as single. You stand near each other, leaning against the wall, watching the training grounds as another class arrives, ready to start their own lessons. Barely a minute passed before Gojo starts talking again. Teacher, I've been thinking. You smile as you sip your drink. Here we go. He is always so talkative after training. You can't help but wonder if his exertion affects him the same way it affects you. But instead of the searing need that courses through your veins, it prompts him to open up and share his thoughts. The two of us can completely change the Jujutsu world. How? Well, I don't know yet, but I know we can do it. You laugh softly at his naivety, the sound carrying a mixture of amusement and sadness. It'll take much more than the two of us, Gojo. This world is deeply corrupted. That's why I left. There's no future here other than death. The thought hangs on the tip of your tongue, but you hold it back. Voicing it would make you seem like a hypocrite. You think that way, yet here you are, training him and Eddie to be potentially used as weapons. You put the unsettling thought away, deciding you can have a moral crisis another time. For now, there's work to be done, and Gojo's enthusiasm, however naive, is a beacon of hope you're reluctant to dim. Then, why did you decide to come back? For you. His eyes widened beneath his glasses, surprise and something else flickered in their depths. You realize how that might have sounded. Fuck. You quickly continue, trying to cover the slip. Principal Yaga asked me to come. I thought you'd be a pain in the ass. I mean, you are most of the time. Hey, but you're fun. I'm learning with you as well. I'll be a better teacher when I go back home. He fell silent, and the chorus of cicadas fills the space between you. His expression turned thoughtful, almost vulnerable. If I find a way to change the Jujutsu world, Will you stay? Will you join me? That's impossible. But, will you? His voice is earnest. His eyes shine with hope and determination. You don't want to be the one to crush his spirits, to wipe away that of pure belief. Sure. Even if it goes against the higher-ups? You sigh, the weight of his expectations pressing down on you. It'd be hard to deal with this disappointment when you eventually go back to your clan, hidden from everything and everyone. Yes. He beams at you, his eyes lining up with joy. Your heart skips a beat. Gojo? Wait, should I do it in a different voice? Gojo? Can I have a moment? You both turn to see a girl, probably a first-year student, standing nervously nearby. She's blushing furiously, her cheeks a deep crimson, while she clutches a letter to her chest. Her friends are lingering in a short distance away, watching with eager anticipation. That's you, Thais. I've liked you for a long time. She steps forward, extending the letter to towards Gojo. He takes it, his face impassive, and he examines it. Please go out with me. Gojo smiles, a polite but distant expression. I really appreciate this, but I have a lot going on right now, and I can't give anyone that kind of attention they deserve. The girl's eyes fill with tears, and she nods, her voice trembling. I understand. Thank you for listening. She turns, walks back to her friends, her head held low. Her friends gather around her, offering comforting. Jesus, I can't read. Hands on the back and murmurs words of encouragement, praising her bravery for trying. Poor thing. Gojo shrugs and stuffs the letter into his pockets, as if this kind of confession is just another part of his daily routine. So, like we were saying, you're going to rebel against the higher-ups with me, right? Okay. You're groaning inwardly. It really sounds bad when he phrases it like that. But his enthusiasm and idealism are hard to resist. Dreaming of a better world doesn't hurt, especially when it lights his eyes up like that. Fine. But if you tell the principal about this, I'm going to trap you in my domain forever. He grins, leaning closer, his voice dropping to a playful whisper. You can trap me anytime, teacher. I just might. You'd love that, wouldn't you? His eyes widened in surprise. Oh, shit. You didn't mean to say it like that. It was as a low, suggestive tone. It was supposed to sound like a joke. I have to go. Gojo, wait. But he's already gone, disappearing before you can say anything more. Frustration bubbles up inside you, and you can throw the can into the trash with force, cursing under your breath. Now you've done it. You overstepped your boundaries, and you made your student uncomfortable. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You never blurted out innuendos like that. I don't know. Has isolating yourself in your clan for so long clouded your judgment? Being attracted to him is one thing, but saying things like that is a whole different story. You sigh, passing a hand over your face. Maybe leaving the clan to teach was a mistake. You need to apologize right now. I'll just read this and I'm gonna be done. You search for Gojo all over the school, but he's nowhere to be found. There is absolutely no way it's gonna fucking show it. Okay, I'm gonna end this like right here because oh my god. I don't know how I feel about this. So I'm going to just end it here. And I know I've pretty much muted the audio for pretty much all of it because I don't want to get copyrighted. And hope you enjoyed this little recording. And hopefully you guys like it. So see you guys later. Bye-bye. And hopefully I'll get better by then.